But you see, if I haven't inculcated that idea of being Ibn al-Waqt, what happens is now I'll think, no, I can't give this money because then I'm going to have nothing for later. Oh, but I was planning to buy that car, man. How am I going to go on Umrah if I give this money now? Why are you worried about that? That's for them. But okay, again, that's a high level. Allah doesn't expect you to not plan at all. But really, if we, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam teaches us that if we add our trust in Allah as we should have our trust in Allah, then Allah will feed us like He feeds the bird. Taghdu khimasan. The bird goes out in the morning, empty bellied. Why does it go out? There's nothing, no food in the nest. There's no fridge there. Huh? Camping fridge in his nest. There's no fridge there. He goes out in the morning, empty belly. وَتَرُوحُ بِطَانًا. And he comes back in the evening, full bellied. And he still doesn't bring back extra to put in the fridge. Next day, what is he going to do? He's going to go out empty bellied. He's going to come back full bellied. Now again, that's not exactly the hikmah that we're speaking of, but just to have a responsibility in saying that, I'm not saying that you can't have any excess. Right? People at different stages of their spirituality will require different amounts of excess. People at different stages of their spirituality will require different amounts of excess. Some people will need to have enough money for the week. Some people will need to have enough money for the month. Some people need to have enough money for the year. Some people need to have enough money for 10 years. Some people need to have enough money they need to have a pension fund. Huh? And there's no problems with any of those things as long as you are paying your zakah. Right? None of that is haram if you're not paying, if you are paying your zakah. But in general, the idea is I must live a life of pleasing Allah in every moment. Don't worry too much about what comes later. Don't worry too much about what went by. Yes, if it's going to cause a good action now, then you can concern yourself with it. But otherwise, don't worry with it. You just have the only thing you have control over. The only thing you have any opportunity to do anything about is the moment now. So now I'm going to be thinking about Allah. Now I'm going to be pleasing Allah. Now, and what am I going to do in the next one? I'll worry about that when I get there. I'll worry about that when I get there. And that's the whole struggle. And at every moment, you must be subduing your nafs. At every moment, you must be subduing your nafs. And you must be following the callings of your ruh. You must allow your ruh you must allow your qalb, rather, your spiritual heart, to journey with your ruh. That's what you must be doing in every moment. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us in a hadith, Al-kayyisu man dana nafsahu wa amila lima ba'da al-maut. The intelligent person is one who suppresses his nafs. Wa amila lima ba'da al-maut. And he acts now for what will benefit him in the akhirah. وَالْعَاجِزُ مَنْ أَتْبَعَ نَفْسَهُ هَوَاهَا وَتَمَنَّى عَلَى اللَّهِ. And the foolish person, in some narrations, I think it comes, وَالْأَحْمَقُ, the stupid person. مَنْ أَتْبَعَ نَفْسَهُ هَوَاهَا is the one who lets his nafs follow his hawa. The one who lets his nafs follow his desires. وَتَمَنَّى عَلَى اللَّهِ. And then he says, no, he has X, Y, Z hopes in Allah. He says, no, Allah will give me Jannah, Allah is like this, Allah is merciful, whatever. He lets his nafs follow his desire all the time. And then tamanna ala Allah. And then he has these weak hopes in Allah. So what you say, the intelligent person is the one who does what? You're not saying you mustn't have hope in Allah. You must have hope in Allah. But you must also do what Allah asks you to do. And what Allah asks you to do is to do good actions in every moment. That's all. Right? So the intelligent person is the one who abases his nafs, suppresses his nafs, and does what will benefit him in the akhirah. And the foolish person is the one who lets his nafs follow his desires and then hopes in Allah. Listen to the wording there. The word nafs is repeated in there, right? And it's the same word that Ibn Ata'illah is using. He's saying, really, it's your nafs that causes you to delay things. It's not your qalb usually, it's not your ruh. It's your nafs that causes you to delay things. It's one of the wasteful and frivolous aspects of your nafs. So what must you do? Suppress your nafs. Don't let it delay you. Allow your qalb to go with your ruh now. Because that's all that you have control over. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam also said in another hadith, نعمتان مغبون فيهما كثير من الناس الصحة والفراغ. Right? There are two favors in which most people are shortchanged. Ghabn is when you is when you have a trade where you lose out. Right? So he says there's two favors in which most people are maghboon. Maghboon means they're shortchanged. You enter a trade, but you lost in the trade. Right? You enter a trade, but you lost in the trade. Not forex, right? Why? What are those favors? That most people are shortchanged in their good health and their free time. Their good health and their free time. Because when you're in good health and when you are in free time, then you always think it's going to last. Your nafs is inclined to thinking and believing that this free time and this good health is going to last. And so what you do is, instead of using that moment of good health and free time for something good, you think to yourself, well, I'll do it in the next moment. Because just like I'm able now, I'll be able then. But you don't know if you'll be able then. Right? You don't know if you'll be able then. So, the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is again teaching us, don't be shortchanged in your good health and your free time. Use it wisely. Use it in a profitable manner. Maghboon is to enter the trade and lose in the trade. The opposite is ribah. To enter the trade and to win in the trade. So how are you going to win in the trade? With your free time and your good health. Use it to do something that's pleasing to Allah. That's all. Right? It's not really that hard actually. It's quite a simple thing. It's every moment I must do something that's pleasing to Allah. Okay, the hard part is when the nafs comes in and the shaitan comes in. But if you're an intelligent person, you put them aside and you do what's pleasing to Allah, inshallah. I think if you just keep that in mind, right now I must please Allah. And life will be good. Life will be good. And that's one of the objectives of this whole science of tazkiyah, zuhd, tasawwuf. Sharia, like I said before, Sharia will get you salvation in the akhirah. Yes, if you do the basics. Like the Sahabi who came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he said, I'm going to do, the most basic things. I'm going to make shahada, perform salah, give zakah, fast the month of Ramadan, perform hajj if it's by the means. If you do that, then you will be saved. You will be attain success if you do that. Sharia will give you that success in the akhirah. But if you just have this mindset, all that I must do now is I must do what's pleasing to Allah. If I do what's pleasing to Allah now, sincerely, with sound knowledge, and then maybe some bad consequence happens on account of that, I don't think to myself, maybe I shouldn't have done that. No. How can you think to yourself, I shouldn't have pleased Allah? So I just think, I did what was pleasing to Allah, and now Allah wanted me to face this consequence. I don't want other than what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted me to face me. But I'm going to do what pleases Allah here now. And then life is good like that. Life is easy like that. You don't have too much worries. You don't have too much worries. Though your body may be in burden, but your heart will be at rest. Your heart will be at rest. Right? So that's the second adab that he mentions of wayfaring to Allah. Don't delay. Don't delay. And I think we'll stop there for today, inshallah. Today is our last class, I think, of this Hikam of Ibn Ata'illah for this Ramadan. Inshallah, we'll continue when Allah wants us to continue. But the whole idea is ألم يأن للذين آمنوا أن تخشع قلوبهم لذكر الله وما نزل من الحق. Has the time not come? ألم يأن للذين آمنوا, has the time not come for the believers أن تخشع قلوبهم لذكر الله وما نزل من الحق? Has the time not come for the believers for their hearts to fall in submission, in humility to the remembrance of Allah and what has been revealed to us of the truth? Has the time not come? Right? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let the time be now for us. Right? We turn our gaze to Allah. Ramadan is passing, but we didn't worship Ramadan. Ramadan is passing, but we didn't worship Ramadan. Tomorrow, inshallah, okay, tomorrow will hopefully still be Ramadan. So we'll carry on. But the day after that, Ya Allah, I will still be a slave to you like I was your slave in Ramadan. And I will still try to please you like I tried to please you in Ramadan. I will still seek out opportunities like I sought opportunities in Ramadan. And that's one of the most beautiful things about our life. We don't know which moment of our life Allah hides acceptance in. Just like Allah hides the night of Qadr, we don't know which moment in our life it is that Allah hides acceptance in. Right? It might be the moment when somebody comes to knock on your window for something. It might be the moment when you're sitting alone just thinking of Allah. It might be when you're busy at work and you decide not to be angry with somebody. We don't know which moment in our life Allah hides acceptance in. So, has the time not come for the believers to submit their hearts to the remembrance of Allah and to what is been revealed of the truth? Allah guide us, accept from us, and make our journey to Him smooth and beautiful and pleasant and always facilitated. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us, protect us from the evil of ourselves before the evil of everything else. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from us our small efforts. Allah knows we're weak. Allah knows we falter every time. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows our nature better than we know our nature. But may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take us to Him by our forelocks. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala drag us away from our nafs. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make manifest in us only what pleases Him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us for our children, for our spouses, for our parents, for our teachers, for our students, for the entire ummah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala awaken us. Let our hearts be alive and kicking, Ya Allah. Let our hearts be focused on You. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.